All right. Now, this is the same boy, and I guess he's having trouble using utensils to eat. So I guess they use a chopstick and spoon to eat only about 3 to 5 times during any particular meal. And then after that, the child starts to eat side dishes with their hands and will only use their chopsticks or their spoon to eat when directed to. And so they'll stick to one particular utensil, even if the other utensil is more useful for that particular food item. So they want to know, like, oh, how do I teach my child to use chopsticks and spoons appropriately? All right. So now, one of the things that you want to figure out is, does your child know what foods to use with what utensils? Because if they don't actually know, then you have to then teach them, oh, okay, these foods you use chopsticks with, these foods you use a spoon for. So easy enough to teach, you have a picture of a spoon, you have a picture of chopsticks, you have a bunch of pictures of different foods, and then he has to learn to sort. Oh, this goes with the spoon, this goes with the chopstick, 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 spoon, until they are good at understanding, oh, which food or which utensil do I use for which food. Now, then when you figure it out, okay, they absolutely know what food to eat with what. Then you take a look at the circumstance under which he eats, right? So what you want to look at is like, well, what happens after he starts using the chopstick and spoon? In the first minute that he's eating, is he actually choosing the right utensil for the right food, and are they eating appropriately in that time frame? And so after that initial time when they stop using their chopsticks and they start using their hands, what happens at that time? And what I think might happen is, everybody's busy eating, and so the child stops using those utensils, and most likely what's happened is that they start to eat the side dishes using their hands, because one, it's faster, it's easier for them, and they eat quite a number before someone notices that that's what they're doing. Now, maybe your child actually has a hard time switching between like the spoon and the chopsticks to eat. In which case, it's easy. You set up a program where you have a variety of different items to be picked up by a chopstick, and other items to be used to have the spoon be used, and that you're directing the child what to eat, and they have to choose the right utensil to eat the item. Now, going back just a little bit, if what I was talking about earlier is happening in terms of like, oh, okay, there's a period of time when the child's been eating with their fingers before other family members notice, and then direct them back to using a utensil, then at every meal time, you want to make sure that, oh, you're paying attention to when they stop using their utensil, and stop them immediately as soon as they start using their fingers. Don't allow them to be successful hand feeding themselves. As soon as they reach for it, you're going to give them a no. You're not going to let them use their hands to successfully eat.